Imagine this. You're standing in line, half asleep, waiting for the 1 cup of coffee that's supposed to bring your brain back online. And then he walks in. "Mister, I just have a quick question." He slides past everyone like the line is just decorative. He puts on this fake moment of realization, pretending he suddenly remembered something urgent. And before anyone can react, he's at the counter asking the barista something ridiculous, like what size the medium is, or where the cold brew is. Cold. And while the poor barista is answering, he smoothly slips in his order. Every single morning. It's like watching a magician perform the same bad trick over and over. Except somehow the guy keeps getting away with it. Nobody called him out because, well, confrontation before caffeine is dangerous. Most of us were hanging onto consciousness by a thread. But each time he pulled this stunt, that warm coffee aroma did nothing to soothe the little spark of irritation burning in my chest. The quiet voice inside me grew louder every day, whispering, "Is nobody really going to say anything? Are we all just going to let him do this forever?" One morning, after watching him cut for the 4th time, something inside me snapped not in anger, but in resolve. If he was committed to exploiting social politeness, then I would be just as committed to using it against him. If he wanted to play stupid little games, then fine. I could play. 2. The next day, I stood in line, waiting, watching, anticipating. Right on schedule. The door chimed. He strolled in with that confident, self-appointed VIP energy. He scanned the line. He smirked, and he made a beeline toward the counter for his usual performance. But this time, I was ready. I stepped out of line so fast I nearly tripped, slid right in front of him, and put on my sweetest, most innocent voice. "I just have a quick question." He froze, completely blindsided. I turned to the barista like I was in a life or a death decision-making moment. "Hi, sorry, what's the difference between a latte and a cappuccino again?" The barista, scent the cheers, went into full explanation mode. I nodded thoughtfully, tapping my chin, pretending to process information of global importance. Behind me, I could feel him vibrating with impatience, shifting from foot to foot, probably wondering if the universe was punishing him. But it wasn't done. "And do you guys have oat milk? What about almond? Soy? Which one froths best? Like if I wanted something really silky but still dairy-free, what would you recommend?" His soul left his body right then. After a long, painfully detailed conversation that wasted exactly the amount of time he'd stolen from everyone else all week, I delivered the final blow. "You know what? I think I need a minute to think about this. Let me just get back in line." I walked past him slowly, gracefully back to my original spot. He just stood there, looking like someone unplugged him. The barista gave me the tiniest smirk of approval, and for the first time ever, it got in line. The next day, he tried again. Same fake confusion, same attempt to slide forward. But the moment he turned toward the counter, I glided out of line like a caffeinated ninja. Actually, I had a quick question. This time, I asked about pastries. All of them. Which ones pair best? With which drinks? Could you describe the texture? Is the croissant more flaky or soft flaky? The man aged 5 years standing behind me. Day after day, I kept beating him at his own little game. I asked about bean origins, seasonal flavors. I once asked the barista to describe the vibe of each roast. The line loved it. Nobody said anything out loud, but I could feel the silent applause. Justice was being served, one excruciating question at a time. By the end of the week, the cereal line cutter's confidence had crumbled. His swagger evaporated. His trademark smirk was gone. He walked in one morning, stared at the counter the way a dog stares at a bathtub full of dread, and then, slowly, quietly, he stepped into line. Behind me, with the rest of the mortals. It wasn't just satisfying, it was cinematic. The best part wasn't even the revenge, it was his expression that final morning. He opened the door, glanced instinctively toward the counter, then saw me. I didn't move. I didn't say a word. All I did was exist, and he immediately stepped to the back of the line. That was the moment he knew the era of unchecked cutting was over. Sometimes justice doesn't require shouting or confrontation. Sometimes It's not dramatic or loud. Sometimes, justice is simply showing someone what their own behavior feels like. It is amazing how quickly people learn when they reforced to stand exactly where they forced others to stand. If this slow-brewed revenge story made your day a little better, go ahead and tap that like button. And tell me in the comments, what is the pettiest revenge you've ever witnessed or pulled off? Make sure to subscribe for more stories where karma gets the perfect shot of espresso. Until next time, stay caffeinated, stay kind, and stay just a little bit petty.